So since I got back from the US due to deportation and the whole Trump shit, a lot of people have been in my comment section, saying a whole lot of stuff that I don't even look like someone who's traveled and all of that. Well, I can't blame you. I can't blame you all. I can't blame you all. But the thing I'm gonna tell you all is, I'm the one that know what I experienced. I was in African market in Stretch in Washington, and I wanted to go get some groceries and some African stuff, which I was going to use to cook. Unfortunately, I encountered these people that were in charge of the whole arresting of people who don't have their document completed yet. So it's just an unfortunate incident, yo. And I want all of you to know that I I don't wish anybody bad, and I would respect you all, yo. And I'm not in Nigeria because I want to, but situation has happened, yo, and things are gonna get better, yo, very soon.
The reason that there is a high bar for showing strong ties to Ghana is because Ghanaians constitute the fifth largest number of people who have overstayed their visas in the United States. Up there with India, China, the Philippines, Russia, which have much larger populations than Ghana does. There are more Ghanaians who are in deportation proceedings right now than people from Mexico or people from Nigeria, which also have larger populations than Ghana. So because almost 7,000 of your countrymen have overstayed their visas or committed crimes in the United States and are subject to, are in some stage of the deportation process, it makes it harder for other Ghanaians to get visas. So they have to show that they have strong ties to Ghana. That is the US law, that they show that they have strong ties to Ghana. People who are young and single in particular have a hard time demonstrating that they have strong ties to Ghana.
With all the raids that are going on to the Mexicans, to immigrants in the US, of course Africans have to be involved, and I'm seeing quite a lot of videos where African people are warning their fellow Africans to be careful, because with this deportation system or process that is going on, everyone is in this. Literally, if you are a migrant, you are in this, and people have been giving their experiences as well and things they've actually seen, where people are raided on trains, homes, on the street, like even in airports, and I mean it's scary. In schools, there's like raids at every corner, and a lot of Africans have come up and they're like, you know what, guys, we need to stick with ourselves at this point in time. Like it's time for us to kind of have like a community, and they're trying to warn their own to be careful in this situation.
You don't know anything, you don't know anyone, and you cannot help. I'll say it again. You don't know anything, you don't know anyone, and you cannot help. As mass deportation raids are gearing up across the nation in sanctuary cities, those are three things we all need to remember going forward. For people who are undocumented, you do have rights. You still have rights, like the right to an attorney and the right to remain silent. Don't talk to anybody. They detain you, keep it polite, keep it cute, keep it quiet. If you're undocumented and somebody knocks on your door, you do not have to open it. I don't care if they're nice, I don't care if they're mean, I don't care if they're threatening. If they don't have a warrant, do not open that door. And they might say, we have a warrant. They need to slide it under the door, and it better be signed. If you know someone who is undocumented at work, at school, in the hospital, no, you don't. Not anymore. If you have family members who are undocumented or friends who are, no, you don't. Stop posting about them. Stop putting their status out there. Just zip it. Because in order to perpetuate this kind of violence, they're going to need our help, and we're not going to give it to them. So again, if you take nothing else away, you don't know anybody, you don't know anything, and you cannot help them. You can say it as nicely or as meanly as you want to, but you know nothing, you know no one, and you cannot help.
Anyone who's curious about my last video that I was speaking Wolof, addressing it to my fellow Senegalese people who speaks Wolof, that was just like a heads up of the mass deportation that is happening in Chicago that started yesterday and possibly may last a week, who knows, more. It's just a heads up of like, just be careful. It's just be careful. You know, this is a video that literally was taken yesterday. The video that I'm showing that's happening in the fucking train in Chicago. They literally in the train asking people for papers and shit. They are everywhere. They going to the church. They going to the mosque. Honey, they knocking on doors. They doing everything. So just be careful if you are in Chicago and you don't have your shit. Pretty much.
ICE today was in Newark. They were literally picking different people. If they stop you and you don't have proof or identification to prove that you're in America legally, my dear, here are places to avoid. Train station. In New York, in every exit entrance, they are putting officers there. You get it? So now it's no longer even friends that are going to get you deported. Where are you going? So pray for protection. Don't find yourself in the wrong places. So I was like, damn. They are literally close to where I am. Guys, be careful out there. Be careful. That's all that I can say.
I've been curious to ask this question. Why is it that wherever Africans are, they are being treated like second-handed people? Don't get me wrong, I didn't say they should treat us the same way they treat their citizens. Also, I've been curious to ask this question. By the way, I don't really blame any country that treat Africans the way they do, because even us in Africa, we are not being treated fairly. But my question is, if Africa was developed like America, Europe, Asia, would there be any need for Africa to travel? If Africa had the basic necessity that our citizens supposed to have, would there be any need for an Africa to travel? For example, if there is water, there is light, there is employment, would there be any need for any Africa to travel? This got me curious with this woman who went viral, who was buried in the desert. If this woman is not old, I think she should be about 49 to 50 years old, walking through the desert, going to search for greener pasture. Now, I'm just curious to ask too, is there not a body that will govern presidents that should, in case their citizens are not being treated well or fed well or provided with the basic necessity, they will be sanctioned? Please, I just want to say this. If you guys don't want Africans in your country, you guys should come together, talk to the African president. They should be able to provide basic necessity for their own citizens so that Africans too will rest in their own country. Also, there won't be any need for pushback. There won't be any need for deportation here and there. We don't want you. We don't do that. There won't be any need for that. Everybody will rest in their own countries.
I'm not shocked about this whole process of like deportation, but then it's more kind of something that Africans need to understand. Like, I saw a lot of African people that were happy that Trump won the elections. They were like, yeah, we won that man. He's the one for, America is the one that understands, is open, he's true to himself. We all like a true leader to their country, but now they are getting the taste of their medicine that it doesn't really matter if you're African, Mexican, or whatever. You can still be deported, and this person doesn't even care if your kids are born in America. You want to go with them, go back to your country with your children. They do not give a F about you. It just shows you that if you're an African, really, no matter where you go, you will still not be accepted no matter what. And I'm not saying it like it's a good thing, but also your friends and your fellows are telling you that we need to go home, we need to build a future for ourselves in Africa. We need to take accountability to our leaders so that they can do better for us to stay in our countries and all that. Also, this is a reminder to everyone that was happy that Trump had won the elections. Now you get to see that you might not even get a chance to ever step in the USA, because you wanted someone that is honest. So his honesty is for you to stay in your countries of Africa and don't bother him in his country, because if you go there, he can deport you whether you have a card or if you don't. If you are not a white person, they don't really care about you. I mean, even some of your fellow Africans are willing to sell you out for just $5,000, like just a phone call. Hello, this person is here, 5,000 in the bank, and you're gone. They set you up and you're gone.
Honestly, I can't believe the way some Africans are reacting towards the mass deportation thing. Like, I've been holding this for a while now, but my stomach is neither a storage unit nor a warehouse. So I'm going to say it out today, here and right now. After the election results were made public, some Africans took to their social media, celebrating. Thank God. I can't wait for them to go back home where they belong. Hallelujah. I know 50 in New York without papers. I can help point them out. I know some who are living here without papers. I know where they now live. Some thought we were on the same level. I'm happy they're going to be going back to Africa soon. Some of these folks came to America through the back door. Some of them used all types of unorthodox means to get immigration benefit, aka green card. Some of them are married to their great-grandmothers who are supposed to be in care homes or on retirement. But they go around, babe, I want to go pick up my wife. I came to pick up my wife. I came shopping with my wife. You turn to see the wife with a walking stick. Wife, your wife. These same people, they are the ones championing, praying on bended knees for their fellow Africans to be deported. My dear Africans, if you're in America with no papers, no document, get you an immigration attorney. There are good ones here on social media. If you don't know where to start, don't even take recommendations from your African brother. Don't even look, there are very smart attorneys here that are willing to help you stay in America. They are going to do an analysis of your immigration history. They will tell you if you qualify for certain benefits or not. Yeah. Rather than going to Africans, your fellow brothers, what they will do is they will tell others. They're going to call, hey, John was here. He came to tell me about his immigration story. I don't know what he's expecting me to do. The African community in America is the worst in the entire diaspora. I've lived in 7 countries, and I'm talking with facts. I say facts from myself. They are very wicked. Wickedness is in their stomach, from their body, their stomach right up to their chest, and it's here. It's almost coming out. I say wickedness is here. Jealousy is here. Hatred is here. Here. It's full. It's going to pour out. It's here. It's going to pour out very soon. Gossiping. Don't tell Africans your things when it comes to immigration. Deal with them, but be smart. Be smart, because most of them do not want you here. They don't. Thank God they can never be president in America. Because if Africans had the right to be president in this country, some of them feel like they have more right to be in America, like America was made for them.
Some of you, your friends don't like you. And you're going to find out the hard way. You see this 5K? This 5K that Trump has put out there, that if you report, I'm telling you, you are just worth 5,000. Be careful of your friends. Because the person that's going to get you deported is the person next to you. With this mass deportation that is coming into place, some of you don't even know your rights. Some of you don't even know your rights. And the reason why I'm saying this, it's because I know that if ever they were to say even immigrants that are out of status, remember they're deporting people that entered the country legally, but of course you can still get deported if you're out of status. I'm not 100% sure of what I'm saying, but all I'm saying is that the person that will get you deported is the one that is next to you. Be careful. These people that know your address, your names, people don't like you. They act like they like you. They don't like you. But anyways, let me just shut up. But be careful. Okay.
So we really need to have a community as African people together and connect and look for solutions for us to be able to stay in our countries. I do not excuse the leaders, way of, leadership in Africa. They are mostly the biggest problem that we have. But if we start calling them out in big numbers as a community together as a whole, so they can really see that we need to see change in Africa for us to stay in our countries, they should stop taking deals that don't benefit us to benefit from our continent with everything that we have. I think things will be better for us to not even wish to be in the Western countries. Not saying that you're not supposed to be there. I mean, our ancestors built those places, yes, but I mean, in a time where we can't really do anything about it and they're able to just throw us out, we might as well put all that energy in our continent, build it, and you will see they would want to come into it even more, because I mean, the way they distract us and destabilize us shows that they don't want to see us progress. So imagine if we put all that energy into our continent and try to develop it, how amazing will it be to be seeing white people coming into Africa to look for jobs from us as African people? Don't you think that that would be amazing? Isn't that like some good vision to have in your heads and minds? You know, just something to put out there. This also makes me want to put this across. I've seen videos where Black Americans are always like, you know, when Africans come into America, they don't associate with us, they want to please the white people and all that. I mean, yes, we know that when we come as immigrants, we kind of tend to want to be on the other side because that's where we feel like we are wanted. But then in this situation, I think now Africans are realizing that, wait a minute, actually the only people that really care about us are Black people, because they would do anything to fight for us, and these other people don't care. They just care about themselves and, you know, living the best life for themselves. Even though we come in with a cheap labor and all that, they still do not respect us. I mean, I shared a video where a farmer, a white farmer who is the owner of like a farm, who went and voted for Trump, not caring about the workers who are immigrants. And that shows you that even if you're humble, even if you care for them, even if you work for less money, when it's time to choose them, they will choose themselves over you. And this is also something for you Africans to understand. Black Americans are in their country, like they can't be deported anywhere, they're in their home. You Africans, you know, when we go there and we try to act like we are better than them, we can be pushed away, and this is what is happening. So I think that should open our eyes and ears to see that we need to do better, and we should know the right people that we should try to connect with and work with, because at the end of the day, they paved the way for you to be able to make it in that country. So you might as well just side with them and see how it goes, if that makes sense. But yeah guys, that is it for me in the video. Let me know what you think about it. Yeah, don't forget to like, subscribe. I'll see you in another video. Bye.